Hey Vegeta, how does it feel to be the weakest one here?
Hey guys, DB right here, and I am back with a what if that I haven't done in a while, almost a year. And yeah, someone reached out in the comments section asking for me to continue this series, so I'm going to. So that's why I ask you guys to comment, because sometimes I forget where I'm up to, sometimes I start running low on ideas and I forget there are other stories that need doing. So you guys commenting and asking for additional parts to certain stories, it does help keep this channel moving, because I read them and go, oh that's right, I was doing this one. So with that, we are now back with What If Raditz and Nappa Turned Good Part 4. Now, where we last left off with this story, the Namek saga had pretty much just concluded with Raditz's death, Goku going Super Saiyan, and pretty much annihilating Frieza, not giving the tyrant any room to breathe. He was able to kill Frieza and keep planet Namek intact as well. And well, thanks to the wish on planet Earth, Raditz was indeed restored back to life. And I did notice, watching back the first 3 parts, I did make a bit of a boo-boo, as it were. I had the dragon bring him back to Earth, but they used the Earth Dragon Balls to bring him back. So yeah, no free wishes. They wouldn't be able to just wish him back to planet Earth. So Raditz would actually have to take a space pod of his own and actually fly the journey back to Earth. Oh well, just a slight fix-up. I'll just pretend you guys didn't notice. Anyway, so continuing right where we left off, Goku himself, still consumed by rage, has tracked down King Cold to his planet and has immediately begun attacking him and tearing the tyrant, the former Emperor of the Galaxy, apart. Now, King Cold's power is, as we know, a bit stronger than Frieza's, so the battle between Goku and King Cold is a bit more of a closer battle, but ultimately Goku is proven the victor, and pretty much screaming at the what was left of the Frieza force, or I guess whoever King Cold kept with him to keep serving him when he handed the Empire over to Frieza, just screamed at them to get off the planet now and do not make mischief again. Which of course they did. You know, if you're not going to kneel before the power of a Super Saiyan, who are you going to kneel to? General Zod? Anyway. So with that, Goku is again back in his pod and is on his way somewhere else. He doesn't really understand how to work the pod very good. And just like in the original, he has crashed onto planet Yardrat. So yes, we're still going to get him, you know, about a year from now in the timeline. Now meanwhile, Vegeta has been training on his own, hilariously trying to figure out Super Saiyan. He did witness the transformation on Namek after all, so he figures he can figure it out on his own from there. As far as I understand it, Kakarot just got really angry. I'm the most angry guy around. How come this isn't working? And, well, Raditz is more or less missing his brother, and he wants to go more or less looking for him. And since Vegeta doesn't seem to have much luck in figuring out Super Saiyan at this point, even though witnessing the transformation with Goku, he he's basically deciding to steal a ship and go looking for Kakarot, and Raditz and Nappa actually agree to join him on this little venture. Now, as for what goes on Earth while Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz are out searching for Kakarot, we do got the Garlic Jr. saga. However, that's just going to play out exactly like it does in the original. There's no change there. Especially since all the Saiyans are running off to go look for Goku. So, pretty much, the Garlic Jr. would show up, Popo and Kami would be captured just like normal. The Black Water Mist would get released just like per normal. The same people get infected just like per normal. Garlic Jr. would ultimately fail just like per normal. So, there's no really way we can make that different, I don't think. Not with Nappa and Raditz joining Vegeta in his search for Kakarot. Raditz wanting to go along to simply find his brother, and Nappa more or less going out of sheer boredom, and well, he does have a bit of camaraderie towards Raditz and Kakarot after their last venture. After all, they all trained together on Namek. And, well, they can stomach dealing with the prince, because, well, right now, as said with the little joke when I started recording, Vegeta is actually the weakest one there at the moment. Not by much, mind you, but he is the weakest. He's about a Zenkai boost away from catching up to everyone, and with how he trains relentlessly. So yeah, I guess you could say that he would have basically caught up to Nappa and Raditz, just not quite. And being a Zenkai boost away from being stronger than them again. And well, since hearing from King Kai that Kakarot's gone around attacking King Cold, Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta decide the best place to look for Kakarot is probably at other Frieza bases. If he's really snuffing out all traces of Frieza, that's where they go. Of course, Kakarot has since killed King Cold and has also since crash landed on Yardrat. But they don't know that. So we've got Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta doing their old Saiyan thing and just wiping out every single trace of Frieza they come across. Any trace of Frieza's men, Nappa and Raditz are kind of enjoying being Saiyans again and destroying them, wreaking their terrible vengeance of all the time that soldiers like this put them down. Oh yes. You see, there is a new order. It is the order of the Saiyan race.
Well, Vegeta, I guess that's something we can agree on.
But mind you, Raditz and Nappa are not interested in taking over the universe, and quite frankly, neither is Vegeta at this point. They're just enjoying wiping their superiority on the surviving Frieza's men, and just destroying all the bases. So Vegeta, even though he's selfishly just trying to find Kakarot, along with Nappa and Raditz, they're actually doing some good in the galaxy, getting rid of all the other Frieza bases that Frieza and his men have occupied over the years by enslaving and conquering other races. So more or less, the former beings of those planets are now retaking their homes, thanks to Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa liberating them. And even Vegeta can sort of feel a little bit of pride in that he's undoing some of the evil that he had done because of Frieza. And well, needless to say, more or less, a year is up. Goku's ship has since been repaired, nursed to health, and he's learnt that beautiful instant transmission technique on Yardrat and is on his way back to the planet. And well, so is Raditz, Nappa and Vegeta. And well, as they head back to Earth, a year has gone by. And, well, Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta are getting, some Earth clothes, and Vegeta getting a pink shirt. However, they sense something on Earth. There is a powerful stranger waiting somewhere in the nearby, wastelands. Not that far away from where, Vegeta had his battle with the Earthlings. Now, who is this individual they're sensing? Well, of course, it's, future Trunks. However, this time around, there's no Frieza. Goku had completely destroyed Frieza on Namek, and of course, he went to King Cold's world and completely destroyed him as well. So, there's no battle to be fought here, but everyone is flying towards this energy because it's familiar in a way. And, well, as they come across the young man, who's already at the rendezvous point where Goku is scheduled to land. Oh, hey! Glad you guys could make it. I'm here to meet Goku. He should be landing here within the next 2 hours. And everyone, shocked, no one has seen this boy before. How does he know about Goku? What's going on here? And well, Krillin and Gohan seem to trust him right away. However, Nappa, Raditz and Vegeta can sort of tell that this kid is half Saiyan. Just something about him, about the energy that's coming from him that basically screams Saiyan. We were the only survivors from Planet Vegeta. How is it possible we got another Saiyan here? Well, it can't be a pure Saiyan. Just look at that ridiculous hair. In fact, kind of reminds me of her. They're looking at Bulma. And, well, Raditz and Nappa sort of see a resemblance with their prince. Oh, I'm too confused to figure this out right now. And, well, 2 hours have passed, and Goku lands just as scheduled. And they're all like, Goku wondering, how'd you guys know you were going to meet me here? Oh, Goku, it was this guy here. He told us where you were going to be landing and everything. Looks to Trunks, and Trunks wishes to speak to Goku alone and informs him about the androids, and of course, who his parents are, that his parents are in fact Vegeta and Bulma, and that, of course, hands Goku the antidote like in the original. And with that, Trunks makes his leave. They of course did have their little sparring match, surprising Nappa, Vegeta and Raditz that there is another Super Saiyan, not just Goku, which of course infuriates the prince even further. Well, after Trunks makes his disappearance, flying off in the time machine, somehow it is up to Goku to break the bad news, but he's not sure how to put it into words that's not going to compromise Trunks from being born. So, of course, Piccolo's super ears heard the whole thing, so he decides to mention it and tells him what's what, and doesn't tell him anything that would compromise Trunks' being there. And that conversation goes on just like in the original. And so, basically, with that, Androids by Dr. Gero, you pretty much got everyone moving off, training, pretty much Tiana Chaozu training on by their lonesomes, and you pretty much got Piccolo and Raditz training with Gohan and Goku, and Nappa reluctantly agrees to train with Vegeta in the capsule ship, because, well, Vegeta's just as motivated as Vegeta is to unlock his Super Saiyan potential. And, well, more or less, we head into a time skip, and Raditz is pretty much able to unlock Super Saiyan, training with Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan. Thanks to additional training with Goku really being able to pinpoint how he figured it out. So pretty much Raditz was able to cross that barrier too. And he'd think about all the times he was ridiculed in the Frieza Force for being so weak, and Nappa and Vegeta ridiculing him for being weak. And essentially that was how Raditz was able to cross into it, at least until he could figure out how to turn it on and off without having to rely on rage. As for Vegeta and Nappa, it's not so much coming to him, so much like Vegeta does in the original, Vegeta and Nappa leave the planet and try to find their own answers elsewhere in the vacuum of space. And well, this leads to 3 years coming and going until everyone is meeting up, ready for the big showdown with these so-called androids, and that is where we're going to be leaving things for right now. So what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this part of the story? Yeah, we weren't able to really find a way to make the Garlic Jr. saga any different, so I decided to make it more about Raditz, Nappa and Vegeta's journey in trying to find Kakarot, and pretty much destroying all the last every last cent of Frieza and King Cold. So I thought that'd be a pretty cool additional part. Plus we get to see the trio, the Saiyan trio, being themselves back when they were conquering planets, which, quite frankly, was only about a year ago. So, again, leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back with this again later.